So welcome back to Late Night with Tony and Nikki just before we get off to bed. Because last week everybody got very excited about us sharing about connection and asked us to share some more stuff. Well, this week we're going to be talking about the decisions and who is the decision maker here. And what about environment?
Yeah, and one of the fundamentals is, you know, when we're talking about intimate love, what are we talking about? We're talking about the connection between a man and a woman. You know, not two people who are the same. And there's so many differences between the needs and the roles of a man and woman in the bedroom. So, yeah, that's what we really want to talk about.
Yeah, I always say it's a little bit like, you know, imagine you've got yourself all specialed up and you're going out for a great meal and you're going out for one of those lovely Nouveau cuisine. Is that the correct term? Nouveau, not Novo, sorry. But anyway, you're going out for one of them great meals where, you know, a lot of time and effort has gone into preparing yourselves, yeah? Now, do you think they're preparing down the restaurant? Well, yes, they are. They've been probably working solid for a few hours to prepare something that looks and tastes magical, you know, and from the point where it's in the chef in the kitchen and all his team around him preparing those things, and then of course you've got the waiters all dressed up, he's all caring, he serves it on a fancy plate, puts it in front of you, it's like a picture. And look at all that effort that's gone into it. How long does it take you to eat it? Well, you know, not long at all, does it? You know, well, happy days, you know, get that one down you, and what? You know, well, the thing is that could lovemaking be the same? So it's all about the preparation. It's not about the actual act itself, is it?
No, and it's such a great analogy, that is, because, you know, it is really the difference between, you know, what we've talked about in the past. We've talked about like a quickie, which you call bangers and mash.
That's it. You don't. Do you want a banger? And then mash.
Yeah, but, you know, neither man or woman is really ever really, you know, feel they're having their needs met and fulfilled from that. And the analogy is so true. And so here's the shocking thing, is that what we're saying is, could it be that actually it's the man's role here to create the environment and to make the decisions about when and where and how and all that sort of thing? And I can just imagine a lot of women kind of going, what? My husband would never do anything if it was down to him. And that's what we're saying. You know, it's going to be different if you start letting go as a woman and let a man take his proper role.
Yeah, and I think with the exception of Delia Smith, you know, who are the best chefs in the world? Who can actually put all these things together? Make it a sensational experience. Well, men are phenomenal at it. Maybe guys, you know, we just get a bit lazy when we get home. You know, we've done our day's work, pulled off some magic and what have you, and we want to, you know, just get our foot in the door. We want to sit in front of the television, watch a bit of footy, and then, you know, have a bit of a beer and relax. Well, of course, you know, there's a job to be done here to get your woman to love you properly. You can't just bang her and have mush.
No,
you know,
and of course that's what happens.
Work.
That's what's been happening. And you know, it's not all men's fault. You know, we're certainly not blaming it on the men, because the women are doing the same. They're getting home from work. You know, they've got the kids to deal with. They've got all that to deal with, and they get themselves, as we said before, in a bad state. And then, you know, lovemaking is never going to happen. So, you know, I think that the men have a job to do. Yes, don't they?
They need to be the decision makers. You know, really come in and be in control of your environment. Get everything how it was meant to be. Get your woman, you know, looking at you and loving you, and then you're going to get the experience you've always wanted, rather than a quick orgasm. That's right. She's left all frustrated.
Yeah, and women, we need to let go. We need to allow that to happen. Otherwise, what we're doing is two things, let's be really honest, is either we're doing it ourselves, we're going, oh, you know, I'll go upstairs and get all ready and everything, and then I'll see whether I can get him to have, you know, I can have a better experience with him than we normally do have. Or she's telling him what to do. And, you know, neither of those things will work. You've got to be like, the woman needs to take the role of just allowing the man to come towards her, you know, and being in a great state herself. So it's always back to the same thing, isn't it? It's always back to who's going to lead here, who's going to make the decisions, how's it going to work best.
Yeah, so I'm off to create the dish of my life, and we're off to bed, and trust that you got something from that, and we'll be back with you next week. We'll see you then. Bye.